Okay, hey, welcome to the commentary for Stand Out. Just going to talk about this topic freely, spontaneously. Here we go. Uh, this is a very important topic. I talked a little bit about it in the other commentaries, in fact, but it's important to repeat it because this is probably one of the top 2 or 3 keys to success in business, career, and really in many things, many parts of life. But especially as an entrepreneur, if you have your own business, this is, if it's not number one, it's number two. It's up there. It's very, very, very important. Standing out. You have to stand out. I mean, that's how you succeed. You stand out. And standing out means you're different. It means people notice you or they notice your company. Now, that sounds simple, right? It sounds simple. Oh, just stand out. Just be very different. But of course, it's not so easy because we are trained, we are taught from when we're little children until right now not to stand out. We're taught that standing out is bad. And this is true in every culture. Now, I know some people say, "Oh, but my country's different. My culture is much more tough about standing out." Well, maybe. Japanese people always say this to me. "Oh, but in Japan you can't stand out." Well, bullshit. Yes, you can. Because there are plenty of successful Japanese entrepreneurs who do stand out. There are plenty of interesting Japanese artists and filmmakers who do stand out, in fact, and they're very, very successful. So it's not true that any country is so different that this won't work. Yes, maybe it's a little more difficult, but it's only difficult in your head, in your mind. That's the only difficult part. All of this is happening in our heads because no one's going to smack you in the face if you're different, right? No one's going to kill you. No one's going to lock you in jail just because you act strange or different, just because you stand out. So what are we afraid of? We're afraid of embarrassment. We're afraid of humiliation. We're afraid of what other people will think and what they will say. And that's true in America too, right? People have an idea that, oh, America, everybody's so free and everybody's independent and they do crazy stuff. Well, you know what? Yes, that's maybe more true than some countries. But, America is the same as every other place. We have rules, we have ideas about what is normal and what's not normal. And if you're very different, you still have problems. People still criticize you in America also. So, this is an international challenge. It's true for all of us that the obstacle, the big challenge we have, the big wall that's preventing us from succeeding is this fear, the fear of standing out. Fear of being humiliated or embarrassed, the fear of failing, the fear that other people will say bad things about us or laugh at us or criticize us. That's the thing that stops most of us. That's why most of us don't reach our dreams, don't succeed big the way we want to. And I'll be honest, this was the number one obstacle, problem, challenge for me when I started Effortless English. That's why I waited so long. I waited too long. I should have started this business many years ago. Why didn't I start Effortless English 5 years ago? I could have. Why didn't I? I wanted to. I wanted to be independent, but I was afraid. I'll be honest. I'm not. It's okay. I don't mind saying it. I don't mind being honest. The truth is, I was afraid. I was afraid I would fail. I thought, well, I don't know anything about business. I'm not a businessman, I'm a teacher. And I thought, oh, other people will criticize me. Already, other teachers criticized me sometimes. Bosses criticized me because I was a different teacher. If I really do what I want to do, then people will criticize me a lot because I really want to be different, and I really am very, very different. I'm still pretending to be a little normal, but I'm not. So, what happened is finally, a year and a half ago, I finally decided enough. Enough. I am not afraid anymore. I don't care what other people say. I don't care what other people think. This is my life, and I'm going to live my life my way. So I started Effortless English. I did it with basically no money. The website was really ugly. There was no technical skill at all with the internet or business. I knew nothing about business. But you know what? It succeeded because I was not afraid anymore. I taught my way. Yeah, sometimes strange, sometimes yelling, crazy, strange stories, a very different method, right? This storytelling and asking method, this listen only method, the no grammar method, all of those 7 rules that you learn in my email course, all very, very different. I knew they would work because there's a lot of research about them, but still nobody does them. Why not? If research shows this is the best method, that these are the best ways to teach English, why don't other schools use them? Why not? It's crazy. Why not? Because they're all afraid. They're all afraid to be different. So they all use the same textbooks from the big companies. Even though they suck, they're terrible. But it's safe. Right? Nobody's going to criticize them for using a really big, popular textbook. No teacher will lose their job because they're using a big, popular textbook. Right? There's no risk. It's safe. It's easy. So what I want you to think about is not my business, okay? I'm okay. I can take care of my business. I want you to think about yourself. What is it that you really want to do with your life? Not just business, not just career, anything. What is it you really, really want to do, but you have not done it because you're afraid to stand out? Do you want your own business? Do you want to start a business, but you're afraid? You're afraid you'll fail and people will laugh at you or people will criticize you? Are you afraid to do something interesting and try a crazy idea at your job? You don't do it because you're afraid your boss will be upset. You're afraid other employees will laugh at you or criticize you. Maybe it's something with your family. Maybe your relationship with your husband or wife. You're afraid to say something. You're afraid to suggest something because, oh, they'll think I'm strange. It's weird. It's different. Really think about it. Really think about your big dreams. If you knew you would succeed, what would you want to do? What kind of life would you really, really want? Would you stay at your same job? Is it your dream job? Do you love it? Or do you go because it's safe? Really, it's important to think about this. Now, if you realize, oh, I am afraid, that's okay. That's good. You need to realize it. You need to admit it. You need to say, honestly, this is my big dream, and I am afraid to do it. I have been afraid to do it. Don't pretend that you're not afraid. It's okay. If you're afraid, admit that you're afraid. Recognize the fear. Look at the fear. Think about the fear. That's the first step to move through the fear. And the next thing you need to do is you need to take some action. Even when you're afraid, you'll still feel afraid. It's okay. You will still be afraid, but act anyway. There's a nice phrase. I can't remember the book, but there's a great phrase. It says, "Feel the fear and do it anyway." It's kind of a success formula. Feel the fear, but do it anyway. So the idea is, don't wait until you're not afraid, because you'll never do it, because you'll always be afraid. Fear is natural. So you feel the fear, you say, yes, I'm afraid, I'm scared, but you do it anyway. If you do that, actually, eventually, the fear goes away. But the way you defeat fear is with action. It's the only way, really. So in the beginning, you just have to feel it. You have to feel that fear, and you do whatever you need to do anyway. And you're scared to death, and you still do it. You're petrified, you still do something. All right. So, and let me talk now. Let me just end now a little bit now, and just specifically talk about business, because these are business lessons. Now, in business, especially if you have your own business or want to start your own business, standing out is not a luxury, it's a necessity. If you start your own business, you must be different. I mean, think about it as a customer, right? You're not going to choose a new company if they're the same. Why would you? Why would you change companies, buy from someone else, if they're the same as the company you already use? Right? If I drive a Toyota and I'm happy with Toyotas, I like Toyotas, why would I change to another company? Well, I won't. I won't change to another company unless another company does something so interesting and different and exciting to me that I must change. Now, that's different for every customer, of course. But let's say, you want me as a customer, and I like fast cars. Well, if you create a really fast, cool car that's not too expensive, then maybe I'll change if it's very different. But if it's the same as a Toyota, I won't change. So this is even worse when you start a new business, because people are a little worried about new businesses, right? You're new. You're not big. They don't know your name. They know nothing about you. So for a new business, it's even more important to stand out. If you have a huge company like Toyota or Honda, well, you can be a little safe. Everybody knows your name already. But if you have a new business, it's vital, extremely important to be different. Different in a very interesting way for some small group of customers, some niche, right? You know that word niche. Niche means it's a small part of a market. You don't try to sell to everybody. Like, I don't try to sell to all English students. I can't. It's impossible, right? It's a huge number. It'd be great if every English student in the world bought my lessons. I'd be richer than Bill Gates. But the truth is, they're not going to. Everybody's not going to buy my lessons. I have to find small niches, small groups that fit me, that fit my style, that fit my personality, that fit my methods, that I can solve their problems better than even very, very big companies. So that's what my niche, my market niche, is very independent learners who can use computers and the internet, and who are focused on speaking and listening, who want to speak faster, naturally, automatically. That's my niche. That's who I sell to. That's who I focus on. That's who I make lessons for. That's who I help. I don't help students who want to learn writing and want to memorize grammar rules. I don't help students who want to take tests. It's a big market, but I don't do it. So you have to decide this. You have to decide first, who's your market? Which small group are you going to help solve their problems? And then number two, you have to stand out to that group. You have to be different and remarkable, crazy, extreme, very, very, very something so that they notice you and talk about you. People talk about me. They even when I was teaching in a school, they talk about me. AJ's a crazy teacher. He's always yelling. At my school, all the students knew me, even the students in other classes, because I was always yelling and jumping around and telling crazy stories. I was very, very, very different. I stood out. It's the past tense, right? I stood out. Now, a lot of students really loved my style. They loved me. Oh, AJ's fantastic. He's crazy. He's fun. He tells these great stories. His method works. I'm improving my speaking so much. Yay, AJ. Woo, we love you. Mwah, 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 mwah. But not all. Right? Some students in my class hated me. They hated me. He's always yelling and telling these stupid stories. He never teaches it from the grammar book. He never uses the textbook. He never gives us tests. It's not serious. I don't like it. Some of these students complain to my boss. He doesn't use the textbook. He never follows the textbook or the system at the school, right? And then my boss would get upset with me and meet with me. Oh, I hear that you're not using the textbook. Some students are complaining about you. That is the risk. That is the price for standing out. If you stand out, that will always happen. But that's good. In marketing, in business, that is good. That's what you want. You want people to have strong feelings about you and your business or your career. You want that. Strong feelings means some people really hate you. They don't like you. They don't like your style. They don't like your product. They don't like your company. But the magic part is that a lot of other people really, really love you. They will be super loyal customers. They will tell everybody about you or your business. They will not leave you. They will be your salespeople. Better than you can do it. They're going to tell lots and lots and lots and lots of other people about you. Who cares about the people who hate you? It doesn't matter. You can create a huge, successful business just with the people that love you, love you, love you. People who hate you, let them find somebody else. It's okay. You can't be so sensitive. In business, you just can't be sensitive. You want strong reactions. Strong reactions will give you a successful business. Strong reactions will give you a successful career. Now, it won't be boring. It won't be safe. There will be some bad days. But overall, that's the path to big success in anything, to be honest, but especially in business. So think about that and start to take small actions first and then later big actions to stand out, to be different. Stop playing it safe. Go get your dreams. All right, I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.